You're AJ.
Oh, I am AJ. And here we are, both of us in the same room together.
Both of us in the same country.
Same country.
This never happens.
The country in which I live, Greece. We're down in a lovely part of the world at the moment, in a little town called Lavrio. And in fact, I'm looking out over a swimming pool, but because it's winter, we're not going to get in it. So we're inside
I got
today.
in it last night.
Actually?
I did actually get in it. I was in it for about 3 seconds. And then,
Fully submerged, not as a toe.
and then I ran up to the hot tub. We should do this in the hot tub, shouldn't we?
Why are we not doing this in the hot tub? Why are you now just telling me there's a hot tub here? So I thought today would be nice to have a chat about our history with film and some of the earliest memories we've got of seeing some films. Because now with streaming and everything just being available at your fingertips and on the internet, and I'll send you this file or look at this file, or I'm going to look at this on Netflix or what have you. I mean, all I had was VHS or the video shop like down the road. I think it was in Spa, in Penzance, in Wherry Town. That was like the local place, and that was an hour's drive away from my house.
Well, I started out by managing a video shop when I was 17.
No way.
That's how I got really into movies, because I'd watch like 5 movies during a work shift, then take 3 more movies home to watch before I came back again.
Wow. Where was that?
That was in Helston, in Cornwall. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
So that was all. So it wasn't the Blockbuster or anything like that. It was just a small
It was
local.
Ultimate Video. Thank you, David Lemon. Gave me my first proper job.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your first ever job was working at a video store.
Yeah. And then my second job was as a journalist, where I went on to do movie reviews.
Actually,
This is a true story.
no way. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I knew you did.
I've done everything. I've done
I
car
know
reviews.
you
I've done
did
music.
journo stuff, and I used to read your car reviews every week, and then I'd try and find like problems and text you and go,
This is shit.
That's crap.
Yeah.
Or like, what do you think of this car? It's awful. Or you used to do some like live music event reviews occasionally.
Yeah, I did some live music myself, just like you.
Yeah. That's how we know each other. Obviously through.
But
the
let's
live
be
music
honest, let's
scene.
go back a step. When you said, I thought it'd be a really nice idea to sit down and talk about how, no, we happened to be in the same country with about 6 hours notice. And we went, oh, we should meet up. So we did. And then we thought, we should do a podcast while we're together. Had no idea what it was going to be about.
I know.
But let's just ramble for an hour.
Basically what it is. And the thing is, we sat down just now before we put the microphones on and started rambling about films, and it was all natural flowing, and then you turn the camera on, it's like, I don't know what I'm actually doing here. What am I doing? What are we talking about? No. Which is quite funny. But what I did, right, so what I did is I went on to
Oh, God, you still haven't learned the bloody name of it.
Chat GPT.
That's the one.
There we go, get it right. And I said, because I don't know what I'm doing, send me some questions that I can ask you. So here's one.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll pretend because normally when we get bigger and better, people are emailing us saying like, oh, here's a question for you. Like, I don't know, a bag of fan mail or something. Fan mail.
Yeah.
Like, but obviously we don't have fans yet. Well,
It's your letters.
And letters, yeah. Like, do you remember? Do you remember? It's your letters.
It's your letters. It's your letters.
It was Reef.
TFI Friday, yeah.
They had Place Your Hands by Reef. It was that. Yeah. God, that was a programme.
Classic.
That was wicked.
Yeah, not movie related though.
Not movie. Well, no, but no, can't have it. No. All right. No. All right. So so ChatGPT said.
Fuck's sake.
What? No, have I done it wrong?
Yeah. I think you said GTP, but anyway.
ChatGPT. What does it stand for?
ChatGPT. I don't know.
Oh, right. ChatGPT.
I know how to spell it.
Fucking hell.
What were you going to say?
What was I going to say? Well, I was going to the artificial intelligence program that I asked it to. I asked it to tell me some questions that I could ask you. Technology. I'm embracing technology.
Did you ask it to the questions for me personally?
What I said. I gave it the background and everything. I said, we host a podcast, and I said, I want to ask Gareth some questions. And it said, that sounds like a great opportunity. I said it, like they, him, I don't know. That sounds like a great opportunity for a fun and insightful conversation. To make the questions both engaging and amusing, try mixing personal anecdotes with humour and a bit of nostalgia.
I mean, that's what we tried to do.
I know. I mean, it's got it right in spades. It knows exactly what I'm asking it. So question number 1, what was the first movie you remember watching that made you go, whoa, cinema's amazing?
I don't think I've ever actively thought, wow, cinema's amazing. But I definitely always remember watching movies as kids. And the one that always stands out to me, this will be no surprise to you, get your bell ready, is Star Wars. Because That's
I knew this was obviously going to happen.
that's my earliest film memory, because
Is it, though?
Because it was always on at Christmas, right?
Right, yeah.
And back then, my family had this Christmas tree, and it had the colours of the lights on the Christmas tree were like the colours of the lightsabers. They were like red, green, and blue. Right?
So primary colours.
Primary colours.
So quite, you know.
So it really matched up, and I vividly can still remember now watching it, and it just feels Christmassy because the lightsabers reminded me of Christmas.
That's lovely.
And it was always on at Christmas.
That's actually quite nice.
So that's my earliest, like, wow, I love watching movies. But my other, like, earliest movie memory, and this is more obscure, is watching. My dad was a big fan of trains, right? He used to be a train driver and
No way.
and train
Actually?
spotter. Yeah.
No way. For GWR or British Rail or
Something like that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And so we used to watch a lot of train-based movies. So
Trainspotting.
Titfield Thunderbolt. But my favourite, and this is still one of my top 10 favourite films of all time, is I think it's 1930s. Will Hay, Oh Mr. Porter.
Wow.
Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Brilliant. We should watch that.
That's
Black
amazing.
and white.
I love black and white. I mean, I absolutely love black and white.
It's one of those where like they would do stunts,
Yeah.
and they'd like be playing on a train track, and the train would come, and they'd all like scramble to get off it before the train killed them.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Nice.
But it's a brilliant story, brilliant acting, brilliant chemistry.
Nice.
We should do that. We'll do that.
Nice. I was trying to find a copy of The Guns of Navarone last night, actually, to watch. Because that's all black and white, I think, off the top of my head, which is super.
Read it, not seen it.
Ah, you read it? Have you?
When I was about 12.
Yeah, same. So
Yeah.
I love Alistair MacLean books. I think I've read all of them. Ice Station Zebra, Caravan from Vacaress, or Caravan to Vacaress.
See Where Eagles Dare?
Yes.
The Eagle has landed.
No, Where Eagles Dare. Where Eagles Dare.
Where Eagles have landed.
No, the Eagles landed. That's what they said when the moon.
So that was a book, wasn't it?
No.
It's a Nazi book, isn't it? A book about Nazis.
No, Where Eagles Dare. And you had The Guns of Navarone, and then Force 10 from Navarone, which was the follow-up to it.
Was that Alec Guinness?
No, not Alec Guinness, but it was. It was. I think David Niven might have been in it.
That maybe, yeah.
There was a lot of people in it from The Guns of Navarone, and they filmed it in Rhodes, actually, here
really?
in Greece, in Rhodos. And it's a great film. Such a good film.
The Eagle Has Landed is a movie, 1976, with Michael Caine, Donald Sutherland, and Robert Duvall.
What?
That sounds like a wicked film.
That sounds like a brilliant film.
About a
immediately.
fictional German plot to kidnap Winston Churchill in the middle of the Second World War. I want to see that right now.
That sounds amazing.
Doesn't it?
What a car.
Jack Higgins is the author.
Right, yeah, not Alistair MacLean.
No.
Loved his books, loved them. It was a proper boys' own adventure stuff, but really quite simple. They're almost like what Mills and Boon is to romance novels. He is to, it wasn't James Bond. There was no suaveness about it or anything like that. Because I love obviously all the James Bond books and all the Ian Fleming stuff, but that's a little bit more adult, a little bit more involved. Whereas Alice MacLean, you could just eat them, and it was great as a sort of teenager.
See, Bond was another childhood thing. Like, that was my whole childhood revolved around Bond.
Yes.
And I know you've read all the books.
Yes.
I only started reading the books the last couple of years because I've started reading them when I go away for work on planes. So if I've got 10 hours flying to America,
You
I'm
can
flicking through
demolish
Goldfinger.
a book. Yeah. I've literally just finished reading Moonraker again for the umpteenth
Is
time.
the book better than the movie?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
They're all better than the movies, absolutely, because books always are. But some of the movies are quite good. Moonraker, however, is just. I mean, the film is whatever you want it to be. It's cool, It's not particularly special, but the book is amazing. There's like 4 chapters of being at a cards club in London, trying to find a guy cheating at playing cards. Hugo Drax is cheating at playing cards, and he's using a shiner, which is basically a really highly polished cigarette case. And that when he's dealing, he can see which cards he's dealing out. And then, but you get so involved in the story. When Ian Fleming is writing, there's a book, I think it's Goldfinger, in fact, that there's this drive all the way through France.
Yes.
And you know that he's been to France and he's driven. Only someone can write that has clearly been and done that drive and has been to France himself and driven. So I love getting involved in these books, and I think the 50s and 60s side of it is wonderful. There's an awful lot in the books that are, I can't say that, and you go, really? Would you? Ooh. You know, there's a lot. But you're right. Bond was, you know, I think we've touched on it so many times, but Bond to me is what Star Wars is to you, I think. And again, the earliest memories I have of watching films at home that were, wow, that was exciting, is Bond. There'd always be a Bond film on at Christmas, or like the bank holiday weekend, there always seemed to be a James Bond film on, whether it was from Russia with Love or one of the Roger Moore, and it was always this suave guy, and it was always cool, and he always got the girl, and he defeated the bad guys in the lair somewhere, which is why I think I love Austin Powers so much. And I know we've just watched it, but yeah, I think Bond is for me that.
Two questions.
Yeah, go on then.
Favorite Bond. Should we say it? Do it at the same time? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Roger Moore. Pierce Brosnan.
Yes, Pierce Brosnan. Yes, absolutely. Only just. I think Daniel Craig's stunning. I think he's. And the thing is, but I love them all, apart from George Lazenby, who we'll just ignore.
What we've done here is name almost every Bond except Sean Connery.
Well, he was so long ago. I really liked him. Don't get me wrong, he's a stunning actor. He's done an awful lot of stuff. But I just don't actually, when I read the Bond books, I don't see Sean Connery at all.
Who do you see?
I see Timothy Dalton.
Really?
Yeah, I see Timothy Dalton because he's very cold. And Timothy Dalton was brilliant at playing the cold Bond killer. He gets a girl and what have you, but he's not all that suave. He gets the fucking job done. This is like, I need to kill you, then I'm going to have the caviar, and then I'm going to have sex with you.
You said this to me before.
You know? That's so I think for me he's the closest Bond, whereas Roger Moore's just like.
See, I grew. So Roger Moore, I think your favourite Bond tends to be the Bond you grew up with, right? So Roger Moore was my Bond growing up, and I loved almost all his movies. But I loved the humour of Bond and Roger Moore, and you had a lot more. I feel like you had a lot more of the Blofeld stuff in the Moore films. There was more continuity of him. But as I've got older, I have pretty much gravitated towards preferring Sean Connery. However, the caveat of that is, I feel like in several of his movies, there's some uncomfortable scenes with women.
Yes.
And that makes it hard to love. Yeah. They were of its time. We can't go back and hate on it.
It's what it is. Yeah. No.
I watched, only the other day, I watched one of my least favourite Bond films, the one with the bombs at the ocean.
What in the ocean?
The bombs in the ocean. And the Navy guy has his face swapped.
Yeah. Is that the one where he suddenly gets decompressed as well? They're in the recompression chamber and they slice the hose? Or is that a different Bond?
No, it's when he's on the rack in the country club. The one with Largo.
Emilia Largo. That's
but the Connery one.
Was it Sean Connery with Emilia Largo? Oh God. Right,
no! This for two people saying they love Bond.
I know Bond.
Now we're googling Bond.
I know. Well, we'll just edit this out. So, I haven't got any signal here.
It's the one. Didn't they redo it? Was that Never Say Never Again?
Or was it?
No.
Is it?
What are you talking about? Roger Moore. We talked about this on the podcast. Thunderball.
That's the one.
Correct.
Thunderball.
That's one of my least favourite Bond films. But I was watching it.
His last one? The one he came back for after Lazenby.
Lazenby. But the only reason I watched it is
because he was Australian. I didn't realise he was Australian.
The only reason I watched it was because I was going to Miami and Bahamas, and I wanted to see where I was going in the Bahamas, if there was any Bond locations, which there are millions.
Of course.
And while I was in the Bahamas working, I met a woman who was the partner of a guy who was like our local fixer, and her granddad worked on the Bond films in the 60s.
Way.
He was like a cinematographer. So I had a nice chat with her, and she came and showed me this book that she'd been given and been signed and stuff by one of the directors. I can't think who it was now. And it had all the locations in the Bahamas. It was
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Bond
yeah,
in the Bahamas. And we had like a nice Bond chat. And then before we left, she gave me the book.
Wow.
Amazing. And it's a beautiful book.
You still have it?
I still have it.
That's
yeah.
mental.
Yeah. So that's why I was watching
That's
Thunderball.
incredible.
But Thunderball I don't really like.
When we lived in Thailand, we did well, you had no choice really. It was just what you did when you lived there. We did the locations of Man with the Golden Gun, where they have that thing and that little thing that goes in, and all those big mountains. That was pretty cool. But it was just all the signs everywhere going, oh, James Bond location over here. James Bond, this is where they filmed it. And when he was stood looking at and it's like, oh yeah, but really though? But you know, I recognise that island, sure, but like the rest of it, I don't.
Remember why I was telling you this?
Go on then.
Because I watched Thunderball.
I don't know whether we have gone down a bit of a rabbit hole, haven't we?
And there was a scene in it where he's on the rack getting stretched and the bad guy comes in, turns the rack up and he almost like dies. She comes back in and went, oh my God, I don't know what happened. He gets off, huffing and puffing, and then basically has sex with her.
Yes.
And she's like, no, I'm not interested. And he's like, you're going to lose your job if you don't, sort of thing. And then sort of coerces her into sex. Slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think in the book, there is a scene in the book where he goes to a health club because M, I don't know which book it is, maybe it's that one or a different one, but I know M makes him go to a health club for some...
Well, he does again in the later film, doesn't he? And it starts there and he fights Pat Roach. I can't... Does
he fight Pat Roach?
Yeah.
Has he got a cameo?
Yeah.
The English wrestler?
Yeah, who was in all the Indiana Jones films.
I didn't know he was in the Indiana Jones
you're
films.
kidding me. He's in
no,
like,
I did.
He's in like all of them.
Genuinely had no idea. I just thought I know him as a wrestler, that's all.
So Pat Roach is in Indiana Jones 1. What's that called?
Temple of Doom?
No, that's 2.
Is that 2?
Indiana Jones.
Oh.
And...
Lost Crusade? No, that's 3.
That's 3. Jesus Christ.
We'll get there in a minute.
We are terrible at movies.
Aren't we? It's with balls.
It wasn't called in it. It was
Harry's Chocolate Orange, was it, where it comes down?
What was the name of the movie? It wasn't called...
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All the faces melt off.
So the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark where there's the plane and the plane starts up and Marion's there and he has to fight the bloke by the plane and in the end the bloke gets beaten up by the propeller.
Oh, yeah.
That's Pat
He's
Roach.
a huge bloke.
That's a shaved Pat Roach.
Dude, with just the trousers on, he's taking his shirt off and then the plane's going round and round, isn't it? And the propellers are going, and that's Pat Roach.
Yes.
And then... Damned, I had no idea.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
The guy in the turban that gets squashed in the roller.
I watched that film for so long because it's shit.
Oh, it's my favourite Indiana Jones film.
No way.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
With all the chance waves and they lower them into the boiler.
And then rips his heart out. Yeah. It's my favourite.
No. Monkey brains.
Monkey brains.
Oh, chilled monkey brains.
Chilled monkey brains. I shouldn't do the accent?
You can do the accent.
Okay, cool.
It's
Why am I talking about Pat Roach? Because he was in a Bond film.
He was in a Bond film. I didn't realise. I thought he just did wrestling. That's all.
He's quite the stuntman.
Evidently.
Yeah.
God.
Legendary stuntman, I would say.
Wow, I had no idea. That's amazing.
Pat Roach, dead of course, Pat Roach.
Yes.
Died 67 years old. That's pretty tragic, isn't it? I'm just looking up his filmography because I need to know what Bond film he was in. It would have been... I was Never Say Never Again.
That's not an official Bond film and we don't talk about that one because it wasn't... It was the one that Sean Connery came back for that wasn't officially Bond and Rowan Atkinson was Q. I don't remember who was M, but there's a scene, right? And I remember this very specifically because I remember pausing it on VHS. And the rocket that they've launched that's going from wherever it's going to wherever it's going flies over St Michael's Mount.
Really?
Yep. Flies over the St Alban estate and you can see it.
So...
Which is quite interesting.
I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
So Never Say Never Again is a remake of Thunderball.
Yes.
Both starring Sean Connery.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, because there was some contract thing.
I know it all comes down to the guy, I forgot his name now, who owned the rights to that character, wasn't it? Oh, dear God.
I don't know the reasons.
Do you not?
No, I know it was a contractual thing. I know he could do it.
Kevin McClory.
Right.
So Kevin McClory wrote a lot of the Blofeld character. And then it became a big thing in the book and all that. And then there was legal issues and they let him make Never Say Never Again, I think, as a kind of, if you make this movie, please fuck off and never interfere with Bond again.
Sure.
Which is pretty much what happened.
And it panned, it wasn't very good. And it wasn't really an official Bond movie. I know Broccoli's like just arm distance, like that's nothing to do with us.
If you're Sean Connery, why'd you come back and redo a movie?
But they did. Did you ever see Casino Royale? The David Niven Casino Royale?
No, I mean I have years ago.
Yeah, it's just fucking awful. But it's like a comedy. It's sort of like an Austin Powers of its time, but crap. Like really, really bad.
Yes. It was done as a comedy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Never Say Never Again, casting. Don't recognise a lot of the names. However, do you remember who plays Blofeld?
No.
Max von Sydow.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is one of my early crushes. As Domino, Kim Basinger.
Whoa. Is that not Kim Basinger?
I've always said Basinger.
I've always said Basinger, but I heard.
I fell in love with her with Batman 1989.
Is that Deanne Keating? Is that like Keating? Is it someone Keating? Is Batman? Who's Batman? Who is the Batman?
Oh, Michael Keaton.
That one. Keating. Ronan Keating. You know. I don't know. I've not seen. I remember the Batman with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Freeze. He was Mr. Freeze or
Batman
something.
and Robin.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I've never really been as invested in them as I think maybe you have. Or like the Star Wars, I couldn't tell you anything about any of the Star Wars. I've definitely seen them all. I don't know in what order and who's in them or what they're about. And I think the same for all the Batmans. Batmans?
Sure.
Batmen.
So aside from Pat Roach, who's also in Never Say Never Again.
Yes.
I remember him because he plays Lippy, Count Lippy.
Yes.
And Bond defeats him partly by throwing piss in his face. They're in the health spa and they go into like the chemical room or whatever, the test room, and there's just a pot of piss and he throws it in his face. But there's one interesting name also in this movie that I think you're going to be like, no way. And it's a guy, English actor, who plays Nigel Small Fawcett, the foreign officer representative in the Bahamas.
Basil Exposition.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yes. I said earlier, he's Q.
He's not Q. He's
No, but I thought he was Q. I thought that was his character in the film. I
no,
thought he
Q
was
is Alec McCowan.
Oh, right. Oh, in that case, no, fine. I said early on, I think I did say Rowan Atkinson was Q, which I got wrong, but I did know Rowan Atkinson was in it. It's about the only thing I can remember from that film is that Rowan Atkinson was in it.
Bob.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Where were we?
I have no idea. Bond and stuff. What I'm really sad or worried about, but I think ultimately I'm going to be sad and disappointed, is where we're going, where Amazon and that empire is going to go.
Topical.
With Bond, because,
Well, I think one thing's for certain is we are going to get a lot more Bond.
we're going to get all the spin-offs. We're going to get like The Adventures of Moneypenny.
Would you have wanted that under the Broccolis?
No, I wouldn't. I just want a Bond film every 4 years. And the thing is with Bond, it's always you went right. And I went to this. It's the only time I went to the cinema. I don't go to the cinema these days because I don't know. It costs money, and it's just a thing, which is really bad. And going to the cinema back in the day was an event. And we used to go regularly. Now we don't go at all. Which you should do because, you know, I've got kids and it's fun, but we don't really go because it is, we got it at home, television, Netflix, whatever, you know, you got the things. But I go to see Bond at the cinema. Every single Bond film that's come out since Casino Royale, since Golden, I remember going to see Golden at the cinema, which blew me away, and we'll get back to that in a minute because that's quite a fun story. Well, not a fun story, it just blew me away. That's it. That's the story. Yes. But I remember going to see Casino Royale when we were living in Thailand. And I remember we went to every single one afterwards, and it was just brilliant. And I went to the most recent one here, which was a disappointing pile of disappointment. It was just awful. But brilliant scene when he's fighting. There's a single shot, and he's fighting them up the stairs, I think, or he's down the stairs.
Yeah.
But you're really close to the end before he gets obliterated. Spoilers. But there's a single shot, and that's actually really good. That single shot that's going up there, really, really cool. Really
It was reminiscent for me of the bathroom scene in Casino Royale. It had that
in
sort
black and white.
Yeah, it had that brutality of Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yeah.
As a lethal weapon.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, that was really good. When he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were 00. You've got to have killed." How did he die? Horribly.
I didn't really understand that scene for probably years because it it is so kind of stunted, and he cuts him off, and I was like, I don't really, what's happened? And then you sort of understand that he needs 2 kills to be a 000. And, but it's funny you say about how you used to go to the cinema loads and now you don't go very much at all. I'm almost the opposite. Like as a kid,
Really?
I remember going to see.
When you had the thing is, you lived in, am I right, you lived in Helston?
For a while.
Okay, and you had a cinema in the town?
Well, I don't know if it was there when I was there, though. It was an old cinema that went away and then it came back.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
But I remember going to see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, one of the greatest films of all time.
To do that. I can't wait to
That's
do
the reason we do this podcast.
that. That is the reason we're doing this podcast.
Ghostbusters 2,
Yeah.
not in that order, obviously. And then I can't tell you what else I really saw in the cinema until I was an adult when I went to see Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The gap between those movies, epic. I mean, I did go.
Yeah, sure, but
I
you
can't
don't
really
really
tell you
remember
what.
anything.
It was rare moments I'd go to the cinema. And now, since I've had kids, go all the time.
Nice.
And it's quite cheap.
Is it? I thought it was quite expensive.
It can be quite expensive, but sometimes, like the kids' movies, or if you go on certain days, it can be like $5 each. But I think I have a really good local cinema.
Do you remember Orange Wednesdays?
Yes.
Like
2 for 1 or something.
Something like that. If you had a Orange... Do you remember Orange? Are they even a phone provider?
I don't think they
do
exist.
They don't not exist anymore. But I remember Orange Wednesdays, and like if someone had a contract, you got a voucher or something. You could go with someone who's 2 for 1, or you used to split it or whatever. I remember doing that.
Well, the slogan was "The future's bright, the future's orange," and ironically, the future's here and they're not here. They've gone. The future is over.
That was definitely a thing to get people into the cinema. I remember that. Yeah, Orange Wednesdays was a big thing.
What was the last film you saw in the cinema?
Right, it was recent, and it was funny because I remember thinking about this, and I remember going to the cinema going, oh, it was awful. We were invited by some friends, and the kids went, and I knew it wasn't going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be great. I didn't read any reviews. I didn't read anything about it, but it was a Marvel film.
Right.
And I don't really know much Marvel. I've seen some of the Thors, and I've seen some of the Tony Stark Iron Man.
Iron Man, yes.
You know, I mean, for someone who loves film, right, I'm not really doing very well here. No, but we're classic movies, right? But now we're talking, you know. Anyway, it was Captain America, but a new Captain America. It wasn't the old...
So when you say recently, this isn't in the past 2 months, is it?
Yes, this is literally within the last month.
Oh, the one with Harrison Ford?
Yes, him.
Okay.
Yes. And it was awful. Oh, it was the biggest sack of shit. And it was just like, oh,
How was that? I haven't seen it.
Harrison, you're better than this. And he turns into the fucking Hulk.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
How was he though? Like as Harrison Ford as an actor in it? Is he good in it?
Crap.
Oh no.
And I know that he's like he can act.
Yes, one of my favourite actors of all time.
Like I know he's one of your favourite actors, but he's got this, you know, kind of just pissed off thing about him.
Yeah.
He's always just like, you know, disgruntled kind of, and that's great. It's a bit like, you know, I'm not going to say he's a great Shakespearean actor, for example. He's not got the best acting chops in the world, but what he does very, very well. Whereas this was just awful.
I think he's one of the great examples of your great actors playing a normal character. Like I remember the story of him saying, and I've said this before on the podcast, I'm sure, he was told in one of his earliest movies by the director, "Son, you don't look like a star." And he was like, "I'm not playing a star, I'm playing a carpenter," or whatever. He was a bellboy. He was playing a bellboy. And
I think you have touched on this.
I love that. Like that is it. Too many people now. Like you watch a modern movie, and everyone's like overacting in it. Everyone's like, "I've got lines. I want to make an impact. I want to come off the screen and look like a star." And every time we watch a movie from the 80s or sometimes the 90s, and we keep saying it feels more like a documentary.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going over the top. Like we watched Crimson Tide recently.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman in that. That's not a guy that's trying to stand out. He's just acting the role.
Yeah.
And it's authentic.
I'm looking forward to talking about that film. I'm almost tempted to, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I like a good submarine movie anyway, because Das Boot is one of my favourite films anyway, from a submarine point of view, and just in general filming anyway. But The Hunt for Red October is brilliant, and obviously Sean Connery as well in that, playing a Cold War bloke who's Russian,
Scottish
maybe?
man playing Russian.
You know, the classic.
Somehow works.
I know. That's a great film. And you're on edge. And the thing is, I've seen that film recently, within the last year, I think, with the kids. And I know how it ends. And I know you're still on edge when they're going through that little tunnel or that little, that's silent. You've got to be quiet. And you're sitting in the front room being really quiet. You know what I mean? Because they're on like ultra quiet mode or whatever. And you're all sitting there. And you really feel it between Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. It's like, oh God, you got the old school and you got the new school, and this guy's studied at Harvard, and this guy's just been through war, and like, you got these.
Whose accent are you doing there?
All the generic American war. Yeah, that one. I'm doing a generic. It's not good. I'm sorry if anyone's watching who's a submarine captain.
An American submarine captain.
Do you all sound like this? XO, take us to 50 feet of seawater.
No bubble.
No, yeah, down up periscope, no bubble. Down plane.
SQ1.
Screw up 1 through 50. Spin up 1. Release the screws.
I could captain a fucking submarine after watching that movie.
Absolutely.
Piece of
you
piss.
do feel like you could, couldn't you? You do feel like you could go and sit there and up, down bubble. Yes,
The thing about
3
submarines
degrees.
is it's just a lot of repetition, isn't it? Except, let's go up 50 feet. Comes down, let's go up 50 feet. Up
50 feet, yeah. I copy Roger 50 feet, yeah, I concur, up 50 feet. And it has to go around the whole room. It's like Chinese whispers, isn't it?
I was going to try and avoid saying Chinese whispers. Can't say that anymore.
No, can't he?
No. Do you know what? I don't think I've been to the cinema this year. Which, depending on when this podcast comes out, could seem like a long time. But it's been almost 3 months of this year that we're recording this.
Yeah.
I haven't been. Partly
Is that because you've been really busy?
I did a quick calculation the other day.
Yeah.
I think of all the days that we've had so far, I think I've been home for about half of them.
Fair play. Yeah.
And so I don't even know if there's been that much on in the cinema I want to see. The last film I saw, I think, was the Josh Hartnett movie, M. Night Shyamalan,
What?
Trap.
As in the guy that used to be in all the films back in the day but hasn't really done anything. I didn't even know he was still filming. He was in Black Hawk Down.
Yes.
Which is superb. When we ought to.
That wasn't Ethan Hawke?
No, that was Josh Hartnett.
Was it? Okay.
And it was Ewan McGregor, Josh Hartnett, some other people.
I tried watching Black Hawk Down years ago.
It was the other guy from Trainspotting was in that as well. Who loses?
Robert
do you know the
Carlyle?
guy that loses his? No, not Robert Carlyle. The guy that plays Spud.
Oh yeah.
And he loses his hearing, and he can't. There's someone shooting by his ears.
Well, I started watching this when Black Hawk Down came out on video.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it, and I didn't get far into it. I just thought this is really depressing. I couldn't watch it. Like the helicopter crashed, everything was going wrong.
Have you not seen it?
Never seen it. No,
it's one we ought to visit.
I wanted a positive movie at that point.
It's nothing positive about it.
No,
it's just brutal war, but it's amazingly filmed, and I think it's Ridley Scott.
Is it?
I think it's Ridley Scott. I don't want to say I would look it up, but I can't.
Just another thing we get wrong on this podcast.
I think it's by Ridley Scott. It's by Ridley Scott. Edit this if it's right. And yeah.
Do you want to? If you say the name of a lot of other directors, maybe I can just fix it.
This one's by his brother Tony Scott. Steven Spielberg. It's by Steven Spielberg. It's by another director. I can't think. Yeah. I'm very certain it's Tony Scott. Yeah. Yeah.
The Ethan Hawke movie, I'm saying Ethan Hawke now, Josh Hartnett, Trap.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed it. The premise is this, and I was hooked by the trailer, as I think a lot of people were. Man is at concert with daughter, teenage daughter. Concert's going on. Suddenly there's like a police presence, and they're looking for this like serial killer who traps people in his basement. Turns out, they give it away in the trailer.
It's Joseph Fritzl.
It's Josh Hartnett. It's Joseph Fritzl, the musical years. It's Josh Hartnett.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's there with his daughter, but it's in the trailer that it's alluded to be him.
Okay.
And so the movie is basically, it's almost like an escape movie of how does the serial killer get out of the concert.
Right. Ooh, God.
And how does it involve his daughter and all these sorts of things. And I very much enjoyed it, and it's M. Night Shyamalan.
He hasn't done a film for a while.
Yeah, the Beach Where People Get Old, that was quite good, that was quite recent.
Okay, I don't think I know that.
But it's had some criticism because the main female singer that is throughout most of the movie at her concert is his daughter. But she's very good.
Okay. How about that?
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned him because I was thinking about him the other day, not as a director, but not as a director of films or anything like that.
How else are you thinking about M. Night Shyamalan?
So what I'm trying to think is how I'm going to structure this next sentence I'm going to say. So DVDs and the extra features, and we don't get that anymore.
Missed that.
I loved it, and I was thinking about this the other day when I was watching. We were just talking to the kids, and I was like, "Yeah, DVDs just have DVDs. They had all the extras, and you could listen, you could watch the film, and the director and the cinematographer, or some of the actors, or whoever, the tea lady would come in and go, but it was great."
Yeah.
And they would talk over it. I remember filming this bit, and God, it rained for 50 days, and this is ace. And I can't find that now because we don't have DVDs now. And I remember, I think it was The Village, because I really like that film. And I watched the extras on The Village way back when, and M. Night Shyamalan talked about how he got into directing and showed one of his really, really, really early. He was like, I don't know, 11 years old or something, and it was filmed on the VHS, and and there was a thing behind his sofa, and you just see this hand grab his leg, and it cuts to him being dragged behind the sofa, and it was great, and it lasted all of, 2 minutes, but he was like, that's the first film I made, and that got me into film, and I was like, wow, and you used to see all these eye-opening things, and like directors talking about how they got into this, and what they came from, and what they've done, and what spurred this on. And the big one for me was the Lord of the Rings. We had the film on DVD, and then we had 4 other DVDs of extras. I don't know if you ever saw that. That was amazing. And we didn't have the internet then because I was living in Greece at the time, deep in the countryside, and there was no internet at all. And I used to watch them from start to finish. The extras, all of it, everything. It was incredible. Another one was the Pirates of the Caribbean. They had another one with full-on extras. One of the sort of pirates who was had a bit part, had a couple of speaking roles, so he was there quite a lot. He was given a camera and was told to basically just document backstage shit. Backstage, behind the scenes stuff. So he's just running around with the VHS. VHS, or whatever it was, an 8mm, I don't know what the hell they were using, but it was just great. Digicam, but I'm just pulling things up my arse there. But it was great, and documenting it all. And it was great to watch. Yeah. You can really see films, and you can really see the film lots, and the makeup truck, and the catering truck, and these people, and that people, and the scope of it. And that's amazing. You don't see that.
I do miss those. And clearly the mistake I made when I was 11 was not making a little short film like M. Night Shyamalan. I made my own episode of Through the Keyhole of my nan's house. Didn't lead to success.
Lloyd Grossman?
Yeah, who lives in a house like this? He talks like you do.
Through the Keyhole. He doesn't talk anything like me.
But talking of DVD extras and commentaries, I really miss it.
Yeah.
And where it really stood out to me was when we did Lethal Weapon. Mm-hmm. I used to own all the Lethal Weapon films on VHS, own them on DVD, probably owned them on Blu-ray, gave them away, sold them, whatever, when we went digital.
Exactly.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
But then when we sat down to do that movie, I was desperately I want to listen to the director's commentary. And I couldn't find it anywhere that you could watch. It wasn't like there was a movie copy with the commentary. So I have the movie, and then I found an audio version of the commentary.
No way.
And so I ended up trying to perfectly sync my copy of the movie with the commentary, but I didn't find the commentary until after I'd already watched the movie. So I ended up watching that movie twice, back to back.
Not a bad movie to watch twice, though.
Oh man, it's still S tier, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it really is. Well,
we could.
You want to see crazy? You want? It's great.
Classic.
Yeah.
Would you watch Lethal Weapon 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
3?
Absolutely. Yeah.
4?
The Hongs. Is it the Hongs?
That's I did the fast forward episode on this. I should know.
You should know. I do listen to your fast forwards.
Do you? Thanks very much. Yeah, that's the one that was. I think that was going to be the script for that became Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That's right.
And then was about Chinese counterfeit money.
Heads and money
Jet Li.
and what have you. Yeah.
Yes. What's on your list?
Right. Next question. For this question, we're going to Nancy from Burton on the Water. No, that's crap.
Well, when we were talking about Bond, we skipped over the fact that we almost did a Bond podcast.
We did almost.
We were driving back from hosting the Wedding Awards.
Yep.
And we the whole way we just talked about Bond.
Yeah.
And said we should just do a James Bond podcast.
We should.
And we didn't.
We didn't.
Thank God, because it's a bit more limiting.
It's only limited, and there's plenty of people that do it as well. And it's quite you are quite limited. It's quite niche as well, I think.
Well, shout out to the Bond podcast, James Bonding.
James Bonding.
Yes, I think I've sent it to you.
Quite like that.
It's a great podcast.
I quite like that. I'm not aware of it. James Bonding. I'll check it out.
I've sent it to you before.
Okay.
But this was in your era when you didn't listen to podcasts before you made one.
I still don't listen to podcasts. This is the thing, I don't. I listen to audiobooks, I do, or music. I haven't actually listened to podcasts. So for those of you that are watching, thank you so much, or listening, if you're on Spotify or if you're whatever you're on, it's amazing. And I love the fact that you're actually listening to it. It begs the question, why? Like, I don't really understand why, but thanks.
Listening to two blokes who clearly don't know about film.
That's the thing. I mean, you are a filmmaker, and so I get that. I'm not at all. I'm really into films. I've done acting. I've been involved in the process. I have been involved, very closely with it all. But I'm not a massive film nerd. I just like watching films.
Well, infamously, you told us about the time you acted in a scene where you just ripped off the Lethal Weapon scene.
But I did. I had a gun in my mouth, and I thought, well, what have I seen that reminds? This one. No, absolutely.
Another question for you: what other things have you had in your mouth in the last 12 months?
Well.
We'll get to one of your questions.
I had a banana earlier. I was at a restaurant earlier. Yeah. Yes, it's just because my mother. Well, no, actually, my mother doesn't know I make these yet. I ought to let her know.
Sorry, why are you talking about your mother after just saying what things you've had in your mouth?
Because I could say like cock, which I haven't, but like I could for that, Because,
now you're sounding too defensive.
I know. But my mum's going to watch it and go, oh, that's very crass. I can't
imagine any of our families would listen to this podcast and be offended by things we said.
I'd say that my mother would probably get quite offended.
Next question.
If you could pick one film from your childhood to watch again for the first time, just to relive the magic, which one would it be, and
why would it be Star Wars?
Fuck. Next, should we just move on?
Yeah, because the thing, genuinely though, right. I feel like I've known Star Wars all my life.
Yes.
Like inside out.
Yes.
Like I know it so well.
Yes.
I can't remember a time when I first saw it. And that's sad, because I also can't remember, there was none of the revelations of I am your father or any of these things, like seeing Yoda for the first time, all this kind of stuff.
Do you even remember watching them in order for the first time?
No, I don't. I ever watched them in order.
Yeah.
I probably saw Return of the Jedi first.
Yeah. I mean, I have an absolute memory of watching Star Wars, again, like it was probably on at Christmas time, and it's like, oh, well, I don't know what this is. And I remember, it might have been like my sister's boyfriend or someone was like, oh, this is the bit where he lifts the X-Wing. X-Wing out of the swamp or something.
Yeah. And Empire Strikes Back.
Right, okay.
1981, yeah. 80.
And I remember like, oh, that's interesting. This person's seen it and knows this film, so that must be quite interesting. But I vividly remember Yoda, like, it's a bit fucking weird. Like this little gremlin thing, like, oh, do or do not, there is no try.
Excellent. Excellent. I mean, the voice tapered off
crap.
a bit.
It's
there is no try. That was terrible. He doesn't modulate it like that.
No, that sounds like Mr. Button. This sort of thing really pisses me off.
We both had the same thought.
Goodbye, Mr. Button.
Imagine if Yoda was
do or do not. There is no try, Mr. Button.
Oh man.
But I remember this little Yoda. I remember like it's a bit fucking weird. I remember thinking that's a bit childish. And I was a fucking child. I mean, I was the target audience, I think.
It shouldn't have worked.
Like
you've got a Muppet. You got a Muppet-looking thing with the guy that does the Muppets.
Is it Frank Oz?
Frank Oz.
Right, yeah.
In a fantasy movie, and it worked, and it was against all the odds, really. But that's Frank Oz, isn't it?
Was it like the first one they made? What was the first one called?
It was called A New Hope in 1977.
A New Hope, right? What year?
1977.
77.
It came out.
So, and was it low budget? Was it difficult funding? Was it quite low budget, or was it?
I mean, I think it was 15 million.
George Lucas was here.
He just made American Graffiti, which was pretty much his his gateway into big
God, was
time.
that before
That
Star
was,
Wars?
that
Right.
was like 75.
Oh, I thought he did it afterwards. Fair
No.
enough. I thought that was early 80s, to be honest, which is really bad, actually. No, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and I think he got 10, 15 million quid or something.
Okay. Which isn't much, really.
But when they were making it, like they made it in London, and all the crew that were working on it were pretty much shitbags, and none of them believed in it. Even I think most of the cast didn't even believe in it when they were making it.
Does it show then, do you think? In the acting or anything?
No, I don't think it does, and if anything, it might even help it.
Right.
Because you've got these kind of characters that are essentially, if you look at some of the officers or whatever, if they're huffing and puffing a bit, they just look like people that are doing their jobs. And let's not forget, most of the guys are wearing fucking helmets throughout it.
True.
But it just adds a real worldliness if it even is visible at all.
Yeah.
But even Harrison Ford's performance in that is a bit reluctant. Come on now, kid, that kind of grumpy old man, which he is. Alec Guinness fucking hated it.
Really?
I was gutted when I found that out.
He was quite an actor. He was a thespian. He was on the trading the boards.
Yeah.
And, what the hell am I doing here?
I think he made a fortune out of it in the end because
he must have enjoyed it afterwards and gone.
No, worse. He hated being associated with it because it became the one thing that people approached him about, and everyone forgot about the rest of his films. And so, making it, he infamously sent letters back home and to friends and family like, "Oh, I'm making this load of sci-fi drivel. The dialogue's terrible and all this sort of stuff."
And it's funny you say that because Patrick Stewart had a similar thing when he first signed on for Star Trek. Because I like Star Trek, I think, like you like Star Wars, and I like Star Trek. And when Patrick Stewart signed on for The Next Generation, he was doing it just for the cash. And from what I've understood and read, he was like, God, this isn't, I'm just do one serious kind of thing, and I'm not going to take it very seriously. And he was quite the Shakespearean actor, Royal Shakespeare Company. He'd done all of the proper acting on stage, and none of these people are taking it seriously, and none of these people know how to act, and was a bit of a dick for the first series, and really didn't think it would go anywhere. And then it went somewhere, and then he became like a nice guy on set and really bought into it, totally got involved in it.
Well, here's an interesting tidbit for you that compares Patrick Stewart to Alec Guinness in their respective star sci-fi fantasy movie series. Alec Guinness, bald, right? He's a bald man at that time of his life. Played Obi-Wan Kenobi in 1977 and all the movies with a wig, right? Patrick Stewart, when he did, I think it was the pilot or the casting for it, he had hair. In the series, obviously a bald man, so they're kind of the inversion of each other.
Right, that's quite funny.
Yeah, and again, when I found out that Alec Guinness was wearing a wig in that movie, it sort of broke my heart a little bit.
It's a shame, isn't it, that he didn't enjoy playing. So I like watching Alec Guinness in the old classic, like the black and white, like Lady Killers, for example.
Lady Killers is one of my favourite films.
Such a good film. That's such a good film.
Have you seen the remake with Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks? No, I haven't. I've not, because I think it'll be quite disappointing. I don't know. I've not seen it. But it's American suddenly, aren't they? In the deep South in Alabama or something like that, and it's just not. It's not gangsters.
Mrs.
in
Warboys.
London.
Is it Mrs. Warboys?
It's not going to be.
That was the original, was it?
Yeah,
Mrs. Warboys.
I think so. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Bloody again.
Like
train
Whiskey
movie.
Galore or any of those sort of black and white movies. Have you ever seen Whiskey Galore?
No.
Rockets Galore?
No.
Scotland, brilliant.
No.
All right, great. Right, here we go. And this is a pertinent question, I think, for you. As a filmmaker today, what would 10-year-old you think of the kind of things that you're making? And I know
Who's
that you're
making?
you. As a filmmaker today, what would 10-year-old you think of the kinds of things that you're making?
Fucking hell, I'm trying to get my head around that question.
Well, because I know that you're not really making films. I mean, you're doing a lot of social media stuff. Like, would 10-year-old you
What would 10-year-old me
be thinking?
What would 10-year-old me think about my award-winning documentary, Mike and Maurice?
Have you got more than one award, though, haven't you?
Multiple awards.
You've got multiple awards,
Yeah.
haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd probably be fucking bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Star Wars, is it?
It's funny, another question that's better.
What would 10-year-old you think about, well, just you now?
I think 10-year-old me would be cool, man. No, honestly. No, I do. Because I am. I am. I don't make any bones about it. I am cool. You ask my son.
Yeah.
Man, I
Poor
mean,
lad.
we have all the fun,
Yeah, you do.
you know?
Yeah.
And my daughter. I mean, that's terrible. I'm singling out my son. Ask my son.
If you, out of your two children, who's your favourite?
Wow. I love them both
Equally.
Let's talk about the first time you attempted to make a film. Did you use... Oh, no, you've already touched on this. It was in your grandmother's house.
When I was 11-year-old.
Yeah, when you were 11-year-old, making a Lloyd Grossman peephole.
I just literally got a VHS camera and walked through my nan's house and went like, this is the bathroom. There's a toilet roll. It probably still exists somewhere.
All right, here we go. You've got to have one. What's your go-to comfort film? The one that you could watch over and over without getting bored. And why do you think it's so comforting?
Shall I think of something other than Star Wars? Genuinely.
Is it, I mean, so many people, right, are obsessed with Star Wars, and we keep coming back to this. Why? Like, there's so many fucking films out there, and I know that you like Star Wars. I like James Bond. I do. I love watching James Bond films, and I watched Spectre again, like recently for like I've watched it several times. I think last year, and I watched it again, and it's great. But it's like there are other films that I enjoy watching.
So growing up, like my whole, even to be honest, this still happens now. If I'm ever ill and I feel unwell, and I just want to lie on a sofa and like feel better by watching a movie, Star Wars. Star Wars and a cup of tea, I will feel better.
God, that's so rock and roll.
I know. It is just so comforting. As for why, I don't know, but I know that, like, when we were growing up in the 80s, when I was growing up in the 80s.
I was growing up in the 80s as well.
Yeah, right.
You're only 2 years old.
It was VHS, right? Yeah. You couldn't watch movies on demand. It wasn't. Yeah. And it was VHSs that were recorded off the TV most of the time.
Yeah.
And so the supply of films that you had to watch was limited. But that doesn't take anything away from Star Wars, because I did bloody love it. And I think, again, it comes back to, I didn't know until, I couldn't even tell you, I was probably an adult when I realised that the actors in Star Wars were in other films, which is ridiculous because you've got fucking Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Right. And I was very aware of that, loved that franchise as well. But there's something about Star Wars that's always stood out to me as being almost sacrosanct, and kind of, it genuinely was something that actually happened and realistic. And
because if you say something bad about Star Wars or anything, if you've got a controversial,
there's plenty bad to say about Star Wars.
There's so many people that come out of the woodwork and be like, so many people hold it with such just like the pedestal that Star Wars is on. Isn't it a pedestal? It's like
mental. And people that hate on it, like, there are things you can find wrong with Star Wars. There are things that you can find wrong with any movie. But the people that go out of their way to hate on Star Wars, that pretend to be fans, they are the scum of the universe. Like, the original movies aren't perfect.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far
away. Exactly. But what's your comfort movie?
Oh, God.
Star Wars?
No. God, I don't know, actually.
Not even Bond?
No, not even Bond. I don't.
Fresh Meat 14?
Natural Housewives, Volume 6. All rug.
I should tell you, there's a true story behind Fresh Meat 14. Right?
I don't want to know, I don't think.
I'm going to change the characters involved in the story to protect the guilty. I once loaned my PlayStation 2, I think it was, to a friend.
Yeah, right.
Right. Because I was going away on holiday and they were like, "Oh, can I borrow your PlayStation?" Sure. When I got back from my holiday, they returned the PlayStation to me, and I went to put a game in it to play it, and out popped, in the DVD tray, Fresh Meat 14. And obviously horrified, mostly disappointed, because I'd not seen Fresh Meat 1 to 13.
Can you not just jump in?
I'd hate to miss key story elements.
The backstory.
I feel like we've made this joke before.
We must have done. It feels very... Maybe someone else made it.
I think we had this on text.
Quite possibly.
That would be a Patreon tier, wouldn't it? Access AJ these texts. Oh dear.
You mentioned just now about recording stuff to VHS. There's a movie on And I remember my parents had a programmable thing, and it would automatically start recording at 10 o'clock.
Are you talking about it used to be not teletext numbers, was it? There were the print numbers in the Radio Times.
Yes.
And you put the code in, and it would know.
It would automatically just start. I don't know how it did. It's fucking wizardry. And you did it, and it was great. And you did the radio. Do you remember the Radio Times? God.
Also, like
The Christmas edition of the Radio Times. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
My brain
Look
then-
at all the stuff that's on.
my brain then
The
said,
wrong trousers.
oh God, my brain then said the codes. The VHS would connect to the internet and know what the code meant. There was no fucking internet
I
back
know.
then. So how does your VHS player that's not connected to anything know what the TV schedule is?
This is the thing. I don't know. But unless there's numbers. Well, if anybody listening to this podcast knows the reasons why a VHS player would automatically record, don't look at Google. No, don't let someone else contact us because it's good for the.
Right. But if we're going to wait for someone to send it in, do you know how many sleepless nights I'm going to have?
It was great. There was a film on at 10 o'clock and I couldn't stay up that late, but it was, I don't know, the Flight and the Navigator or something. So great. So I had Flight and the Navigator on VHS and used to write on the thing and used to pull the little tab off so people couldn't record over it.
Yeah.
So, and I had the Labyrinth, right?
Before you on the tab and the recording.
Yeah.
Star
You had to
Wars.
put sticky tape on it if you wanted.
When I grew up until Star Wars came out on DVD, like probably post 2000. My only viewing of Return of the Jedi was from the copy that my family had.
Mm-hmm.
And in that copy, there are 3 points in the movie where my dad had accidentally started recording other programs randomly. One was what appeared to be a news program like Al Jazeera, and one was just like another advert. But that meant that for about 20 years,
You didn't know.
I didn't know what happened, and I, do you know what? I didn't realise this until I saw the DVD copy and went, "Fuck me, is that a new extra?" But it wasn't. It was just the bit I missed, and the bit I missed, if anyone's really interested, is when Luke falls off his little speeder in the jungle. He then falls off and then gets his lightsaber out and cuts one off as the guy flies past him. I never knew that happened until I was about 24.
That's well funny. It's funny. It is weird. I had the Labyrinth on VHS and also
The Labyrinth or Labyrinth
Labyrinth. Sorry.
with Jennifer Connelly.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, that was early Crush years as well.
That was definitely Crush.
Were you crushing on Jennifer Connelly or David Bowie?
Both equally. I mean, wouldn't you? In those
David
tights,
Bowie playing with his balls.
Oh, I know. Jared,
the Goblin King.
the Golden King. You have no power over me. And there's with the
Power of the Babe.
You have the what babe? What power? The power. They're going. Fuck it. Fuck bollocks. Ruined it.
Do you know
No.
Yes. Do you have the power?
The power of voodoo.
No, what power?
Oh fuck.
The power?
Oh God. I had that. I don't know if you remember this. I think it was a made for. It wasn't even a movie, but it was a BBC thing. Maybe about an hour long, maybe an hour and a half. Called Bernard and the Genie.
No.
Okay, do yourself a favour and watch it. And it has been mandatory viewing in our family since we've had it, and I think the VHF still exists, but now we just.
VHF.
Yeah, well, I've got one of those as well on the boat. It's got Alan Cummings and
Thanks for the
Lenny
tip.
Henry, and Lenny Henry in it, and it's superb. I mean, it's and Peter Serafinowicz is in it as well.
Peter Serafinowicz is the voice of Darth Maul.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It all comes around, doesn't it? It all connects up.
Ding ding.
Amazing. Anyway, but that was a shit film, though, wasn't it?
Next.
But it was grainy. So we lived in Porthcurno, which is right at the end in the middle of nowhere, and everything was always just a bit snowy. There was never any real clarity. So all these programs we got like real sort of like got the snow on. But I used to watch The Labyrinth over and over and over.
Labyrinth. It's just Labyrinth.
I don't really care at this point. I mean, I don't care. You know, look, I'm not a purist. I don't give a fuck. I don't. The Labyrinth, whatever. Come at me.
Good.
You know, the little lipstick on the thing.
Oh, the little worm.
It's great. Like
Ludo.
all the boulders come
Do you
around.
think every movie we should act out a scene just of voices? And I can do my
You got any questions for me? 'Cause I
long
seem to be doing...
freedom. No, I didn't really have questions.
Oh, right.
I mean, literally, this was unprepared.
This is very unprepared.
I've done a full 14-hour day of work.
Do you think I haven't?
I
haven't.
You've been having a swanky lunch.
I did. I haven't.
Which is why you never
I'm
dressed like this.
And you're not dressed like that. That's the only reason I am dressed. I don't always dress like
I'm dressed like I've just got off a boat at the end of the day.
What's a film you now watch and appreciate more as an adult, but you totally missed the point of as a kid? Any hidden layers you discovered later? That's not Star Wars. Please don't. Please don't.
I got everything about Star Wars when I was younger. There's nothing to get. I feel like there is one, and I'm not sure I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, right.
What about you? You talk, and I'll think.
God, I don't know. Oh, right. Yes. Because I was a kid. The Matrix, right? I mean, the whole storyline was too mind-blowing to really understand as a kid. I mean, I was 14 when it came out. It came out in 99, so yeah, I would have been 13 when that came out. And it was like, what was that? And immediately watched it again. And whoa, what? Still don't understand it. And for I think years, until I was in my 20s, I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Ah, right. I get it. And you only sort of got it as an... And now, when they made the most recent one, which actually I really like. I know a lot of people don't. But Roger Goff, who is the Agent Smith... Yes, who's great. Is Agent Smith. Roger Goff. He's a musical...
Agent Smith?
He plays Agent... He plays the new...
Oh. Is it not?
No, it's not. Have you not seen it?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, no, it's not. He couldn't commit.
Oh,
could he commit? Dead. I got to know. I know Roger Goff's in it, and I really like him in it, and I'm pretty sure he's the new Smith. And you've got that guy who's in. Oh God, it's all going to hell now.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. I've worked a 14-hour day on the boats.
So you're telling me it's not Hugo Weaving?
It's not. No. It's not Hugo Weaving. It's Roger Goff, Goff. He is in Hamilton as the King George III. Which I don't know if you've seen Hamilton. So I don't know. I'm into musicals, and I don't.
So according to Wikipedia,
yeah,
not Wikipedia, just Google really. Agent Smith in The Matrix Resurrections was played by Hugo Weaving.
Is that the most recent one?
Yeah. Who's Robert? Do you mean Jonathan Groff?
That one, not Roger Groff.
He also
Jonathan
plays
Groff.
Agent Smith.
So I was right. Up yours. I was pretty much there. And
it's been a while since I've seen it.
And then the other guy, who he plays in How I Met Your Mother, Neil Patrick Harris. He's in it. And he's also big into musical theatre. He's stunning.
Apparently Hugo Weaving is only in that movie through archival footage. So you are correct.
Nice. I thought I was right.
I think your point about...
Anyway, sorry, no, because otherwise... thank you. Got anything to contribute? Not the Dutch! Not again! Boiled by the Dutch!
Shall I talk and you might relate to it?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
I like how they've come around and revisited concepts in that film that point back to this film, and you go, oh, I missed that. And again, even now, as a 30-something, nearly 40-something, going, oh, fucking hell. I like that. So I think that one, I saw that as a kid. Oh, all right, I wasn't a young kid. I was a teenager. But certainly...
I think the thing about The Matrix was whether you got the concept of it or not, it's almost more relevant now because of our use of like phones and social media and stuff. And actually, the idea of being stuck in the Matrix, whether it's a big alien world or whatever you want to call it in the movie, we are kind of now in our own chosen matrix of just this all day long.
You're right.
I think there's a nice parallel there that works for the modern age.
Yeah.
And we choose, like, there are people in the Matrix film, right, who choose to stay in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we do.
Or get put back into the Matrix.
Yeah.
So, like, actually, it's crap here.
Yeah.
On this fucking hovercraft thing, or going around Zion or the sewers.
Yeah.
Like, no, put me back. Like, I want to be an actor.
Where would you be if you had to choose?
Ooh. Yeah, I'd be
Back in the Matrix.
back in the Matrix. I would, wouldn't you? Like, it's pretty fucking miserable. You seen the food they eat? Like that slop. And do you know what tasty wheat? How do they know what tasty wheat tasted like? Maybe it tastes like oatmeal or chicken. It's like it's got all the vitamins and minerals that the body needs. It's like, oh God, no! I think you put me back. And he's in a Michelin star restaurant, and he's eating that steak, and he's like, you know what I've come to realise? It's like ignorance is bliss. And it's, do you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd live in the Matrix. Sign me up. I'd be. Yeah, I would. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Fuck it, be happy. Do you feel like this is a natural end now? I feel like we've come to a. Oh, I did have a question for you.
Oh, go
on. If I can find it.
3 times in a row, generally.
Top 3 films of all time.
Bloody hell!
I know it's an impossible question to ask.
Okay. Ooh, I'll try. GoldenEye. No, absolutely. Okay. And there's a whole. I mean, when we're going to do this podcast.
Yes.
We are, absolutely, and we're going to get a couple of other guests in to do it as well. Two of my closest friends who are in the band with me also love this film and the computer game, and because we all play the computer game on the Nintendo 64. I still do play it on the Nintendo 64. It's brilliant. The whole film is just brilliant. The music by Eric Serra is absolutely brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. It's GoldenEye, absolutely. I would go into a burning building and rescue that.
We don't need 1, 2, and 3. It's too hard. Just 3 of your top films.
Well, no, I'm not.
So you haven't got to rank them.
No, I'm not ranking them. Yeah. I'm just saying that's one of them.
Good.
I don't think I could rank them.
No.
2, God, Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth?
No, just Labyrinth. Because you made such a stink of it earlier. And it's on my mind now.
That's in your top 3 films?
Oh, I don't know. It's just on my mind right now. Maybe not Labyrinth.
Another film, The Matrix.
No, not The Matrix, although that is a brilliant, brilliant film. And it would have been in my top, 3, some time ago. Like, it's always been up there. Because I just even forget the storyline, but the cinematography. Yeah. And the green, and, it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. But when he gets released onto the Nebuchadnezzar, and then the colour comes back, and it's not...
Well, the green in The Matrix is up for debate. Because there's some talk lately that has this become a thing that's come out on re-releases, and it wasn't like that in the cinema and all sorts. It was coloured and quite heavily processed, but the green might now be overcooked in our memory, and it's sort of come full circle.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I just read something very briefly about it the other day.
Apart from the woman in the red dress.
Sure.
Another movie that I like. I love Hook.
Another movie I like.
I like Hook.
The top 3.
I love Hook. I love Hook.
Hook.
I love Hook. And it is great. It's such a good film. Robin Williams, stunning actor in so many films. Steven Spielberg, Smee,
Bob Hoskins.
Hook, who is Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, incredible.
I mean, it's just like
you are home, Jack.
Oh, it's just so good. Rolling up the things, and they're trying to get the carpet down the steps, and it's so good.
Yeah, it is.
And people slate it, and I to this day I don't understand why it hasn't.
Really?
Yeah, no, it is. It's not the
Dame Maggie Smith.
Yeah, I know, right? There's so many bits in that film that I just love and are very memorable, and I know it didn't do particularly well when it came out, which is a real shame.
I've never thought about its performance because I've always just loved it as a kid.
I just love it. It's a wonderful kids' film that I could probably watch without the kids. Well, I would. I do love it. I do. Yeah, no, I'd love to. I'd love to. It's such a wonderful film. It's a lovely escape from reality. It's lovely to see this, this guy who's become a businessman, and then he gets. And because
when was the last time you saw it?
Who I try to be as well. I don't want to be this this business guy who's got I want to have fun. I don't because I've never grown up, and this is the thing. I haven't, and maybe I've watched this film too many times, but I haven't.
When did you last see it?
I don't know.
Have you seen it as an adult?
Yes, absolutely. I watched it within the last 5 years for sure.
Because I think it'd be interesting because obviously most of my life I've seen it, all my life I've seen it from the point of view of the kids.
Right.
I wonder now, looking at it as a parent and as an older chap, whether the Robin Williams role feels different.
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams.
You said Robbie Williams.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
Robin Williams.
Or maybe I just misheard it.
Yeah.
That would have been quite funny.
Yeah, make a mistake.
Julia Roberts?
Yes, Tinkerbell. I would. Tinkerbell. My favourite 3 movies, you say?
I only did 2. Did you? I don't know.
I thought you did The Labyrinth, The Matrix. No, Labyrinth,
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Goldeneye,
Yeah.
and Hook.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll be for now, and then we'll touch on this again in the future, where I have a sleep on it and go, fuck, what was I thinking? Fuck. And that, Jesus Christ, no, there's got to be other films. But GoldenEye, that's there, absolutely. Will always remain there, for sure. But top 3 films, go. Empire Strikes Back.
I was
The
thinking
Last Jedi.
one of the Star Wars
Return of
original
the
movies.
Jedi. Last
Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
The only
no,
Jedi.
not the new. I do like the new ones, but they wouldn't be in there.
No!
Horrific. I'll put Empire Strikes back in there. As a kid, it was Return of the Jedi. That's my favourite.
Return of the Jedi.
The one with the teddy bears.
Oh, the Ewoks.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back. The second movie, I've talked about it already. Oh, Mr. Porter, the 30s movie with Will Hay, black and white.
Bloody hell.
That would be in there.
How about that?
Third. See, temptation to put something like Big Trouble in Little China in there. I know what I'm going to go with. Memento.
Oh, yes. Nolan. Early Nolan. First Nolan?
Possible. I'm going to say early.
release.
Let's go with early.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want to be factually correct.
God, that is a good film. In fact,
That's-
that's got Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a
that is just
brilliant film. That's
such a clever movie.
Good film.
I mean, when I
all
saw
of
that,
Nolan's films are clever, apart from Batman, which I didn't really understand.
but when I saw that, it was like, this is different.
Yeah,
This is a real sort of game changer of movie viewing for me is at that point.
so good.
And how many times have you watched it?
Numerous. 5,
Yeah,
6.
similar for me because I love it a
Been
lot.
a long time.
But it's one of those films I deliberately don't want to overwatch.
Yeah.
And I almost don't want to fully understand it. Like I know the concept is some parts are backwards and stuff, and it's very clever in the way it's made. I think as one of the DVD extras was you could watch it in reverse or something like that,
No
so it sort of makes
way.
sense.
That's quite cool.
But yeah, I like the element of not fully grasping some of it, even if it's just the order. Joe Pantoliano, brilliant.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you this. What did you think of Tenet?
Enjoyed it, but I think I've only seen it once. I think I bought it like right off the bat before I saw it. Went, I'll buy this.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it was the first post-COVID movie.
Wasn't it released during COVID? Because I think it was going to go to the theatre.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't do it, and they're like, fuck it. Put it out on whatever they put it out on. I don't know. I don't think it ever came to the theatre, did it?
I can't remember. It was like the first big movie.
Watching it on Netflix. And
Right.
oh my God.
And I thought it was good. I thought it was clever. It had a lot of the hallmarks. But
I thought Patterson ought to be Bond off the back of that.
Yeah.
I thought he would make a stunning Bond.
yeah, but I don't think I've watched it since.
Really?
I probably do want to watch
watched it several times. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's really, really good. And again, I know that some people are like, well, that wasn't one of his best. I think it's better than, we need to go deeper. Inception. I think it's better than Inception.
We could do, even if it's a bonus podcast or maybe just a podcast, like a Nolan night.
Ooh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because I love Nolan.
The films, not the sisters.
Yeah.
I could just chuck one of those in. Maybe one of them will come on. Right. That'll do.
Is that it?
I think that's more
I think
than
we've
enough.
done. I have no idea how long we've been talking for.
You could do your outro live.
What we're going to talk about next?
No, you just do thanks for watching. You can find us on. Maybe do that bit.
Oh, but I'm usually reading that.
Oh.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on social media places like Instaface, my book, TikTok.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah. Rewindclassicmovies@gmail.com.
That one, rewindclassicmovies@gmail.com. And Spotify or other places where you get your podcasting bits and pieces from, and youtube.org.
Almost professional now.
Yes, get your nuts there.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Should we call that the end?
Why not? Thank you very much, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.